Hi, it's me, Willie, at Willie's American Guitars. I'm here to show you this 1969 Les Paul Custom. I've mentioned this before, but things come in groups, and yes, indeed, they do. We had three Les Paul Customs from the 70s. I'm including this 69, but and they do come in groups. So we decided to make a video on it. You probably saw our previous video about the Jimmy Page story, and this video is about this 1969 Les Paul Customs. We're in an era where guitars have really gone up, and we hope that they kind of slow down for a little bit. This is a 1969. With 1969, when they came out in 1968 and reissued the Les Paul Custom, you probably know this, but in 1961, they discontinued the Les Paul Custom. No Les Paul Customs, they were SGs. I know, they were called SG or Les Pauls, but really, they were SGs. And then in 68, they reissued them. And they reissued some of the early ones using up old bodies. And as they developed them further and further, Norlin had actually bought the company, a South American beer conglomerate. And there are some features on these 68, 69s. There's no volute. The way the logo is with an open B and an open O. There is this one has what's called a medium tenon. They have long tenons that sticks underneath the neck. It's part of the neck itself. Jimmy's inside there, a medium tenon and a short tenon. By late 1969, early 70s, there is no tenon. But these have really got that classic vibe to them. The way the top is cut, the very dishy top, the tone of the pickups, the patent sticker pickups. We've even seen a 68 with real PAFs, and this. Neck pickup. Right now I'm going through this Magnatone 8, which we are having trouble keeping in stock. Ever since Marshall went out of business, Magnatone has owned that vintage Marshall sound. They make super high quality stuff. It's on a low gain setting. It has both low gain and high gain. And we'll just rip it up. 8 watts. Kind of all you need for most gigs. This 1969 is a delicious example. Yellowed binding against the gold hardware. The Black Beauty or the Fretless Wonder was in 68, 69, all the way to 74. In 74, they put in larger frets, but people wanted to play heavyweight strings, flat wounds, and this was really considered a jazz guitar. Some of these earlier ones are actually mahogany topped. This, by 1961, is your classic maple top, mahogany body, and it is just a really cool collectible. And I gotta tell you, a future collectible too. This is also coming in. It's not officially ours yet, but someone sent to us, and when they get the check, everything's going to be A-okay. So this is a 1971 custom. And this era, I've been telling you for about 5 years, buy early 70s Gibsons. Yes, I have. And it's proven to be true. They continue to rise in value. It continues to be of interest. Although they made 3 times as many guitars as they did in the 50s in the 70s. The 70s are still minuscule compared to the output of the factory now. And always they used real lacquer, and this gold hardware against this yellowed binding with the black lacquer is just iconic. It is so sexy. This big Super 400 headstock, all the extra binding. This When Jimmy Page first saw one of these as a young man, 17 years old, he went gaga and had to have it. Why? It's art, it's sculpture. It really sustains. They're all a little heavy, but I've never seen a non-50s Black Les Paul custom that wasn't kind of heavy. But guys, get used to it because you get sustain. Lots of sustain. 1971, completely straight, unbroken. All it has is new frets. You're welcome. Brand new frets. No longer a fretless wonder. You're welcome. And this is just coming in. I thought I'd bring apart these two things. I actually had a third one, but it sold just before we turned on the camera. And that is all I have to say about this. But here is two gorgeous pieces of American iconism. All right? We'll see you again soon.